Okay, I have just put on the rear valve cover. Trying to get the height on it here. And basically what I ended up having to do, and I had mentioned this in some other videos, another video, was I did have to remove the power steering pump that goes right here. And that allowed me to move this wiring harness up, because that's what was stopping me from taking this out. Now, putting it back, you know, once I went through and adjusted all the valves, and then I rechecked it probably like 2 or 3 times because my OCD kicked in, and some of them kind of tightened up. I don't know if it's the spring, something happening there, but I just went over it again finally earlier. Today's, I believe, Saturday, the 11th. I'm sorry, the 10th. August the 10th. Anyway, so I went over and finally, you know, checked everything, and I felt I satisfied my OCD, I guess you could say, in the valve lash and all that. And this one in the back has a little hump right here, and that hump, I want to say this is a spool up valve control. Yeah, the spool up valve for the variable valve timing in this machine, or in this motor. And you have to put some, and again, you know, I don't know, I'm one of these guys that believes in buying the Honda stuff. It's called Honda Bond, high temperature silicone liquid gasket, and you have to put some here on the corners here and the corner in the back. And you have probably about 20-25 minutes to, or maybe more, I don't know. I haven't necessarily read the specs on that stuff. To place the valve cover on it, and then torque it down, and you have to wait, I think they suggest like 15 hours or something before you can actually start the engine. Let me see. Curing speed, silicone, let's see, atmosphere, 77, will dry in about 60 minutes, and then firm, and the firm set to rubber-like consistency in 15 to 16 hours. So you have to wait about 15 hours before you can start the engine, because there's some on the inside, okay? And so if you don't do that, it's possible that the oil may get on that, dissolve it, send it in, you know, into the valves or whatever, and cause some damage. Excuse me. So you have to, you know, you have to wait some time for this to set up. And this was my main concern, the valve cover up here in the front. I'll definitely videotape that, how I'm doing it. But I've already torqued the bolts, and I did it in 3 passes. I think I started at 6, then I went to 10, then I went to 12. And I think what's happening here is that the bolts are definitely bottoming out, but you got brand new, I ended up putting brand new washers on all the bolts, because the head, the valve gasket kit comes with the new washers and the new bolts. I'm sorry, and the new rubber washers and the new little steel washer on the top. So that's set. Probably what I'm going to do next is take off all these bungee cords. I don't know if you guys can see them there. My wife had some bungee cords sitting around. Let me see if I can just just go up a little bit, and that's how I'm holding back this massive wiring harness right here. So that's how you do it. Okay. All right, so this is the old washer here, an old rubber gasket on the bolts that hold the the head cover gasket, or I'm sorry, head cover, and these are all the new ones. And these have definitely gotten hard. So you gotta, if your fingernails are strong enough, you can separate it here. I kind of bent my fingernail back trying to do that, so they're kind of hard. So see, I can do it with a screwdriver. Get that apart. And then the easiest way to get this out is just take some wire cutters, and I'm just going to cut it. Take that out. And now these just slide in, and it has to go over this little ridge right there, and so you have to kind of apply some pressure. The rubber will go over it. The metal will probably come undone. They're not necessarily glued together. So let me see if I can do it here with just brute strength, because it's kind of hard. Let me see if I can get it. All right, there you go. So that's one. Let's do another one. The smaller ones are harder. Let's do this one. Again, cleaning. This is my OCD kicking in here. Making sure everything's clean. So, again, get the screwdriver, separate this. And then this, you kind of have to go at an angle. Okay. It's just caught on there right there. All right. Take that off. Clean this. Get the new one. See if I can do it this way. After a while, your thumbs hurt. Whoa! All right, so got that one going. I heard this loud crash outside, and thought it was a crash, but it was some truck carrying or pulling one of those little trailers that you drive a car onto, like the front tires and stuff. All right, one more, and then y'all get the idea. Separate this. Right. And I'm just putting it here on the car, pressing down. One side will go, then the other. Comes. There it is. All right. So I need two more, and then I'll do the valve cover. So here's the front front valve cover. And I've kind of cleaned it up and stuff. It had a lot of oil on it. Here's a new gasket. This one's by far the easiest one to put on. And let's see how this goes. Nope. I think it's going to go this way. That's going to go there. There's these little notches, and then there's notches inside on the gasket, and those notches got to go in there, and then they should line up. There's another notch over here, so should line up. Meaning it should only go in one way. So let's see that. Okay. All right, hang on.